There are two types of movements in the forearm, that is supination and pronation. So supination is a movement in such a way the palm of the hand will face forwards, that is in anatomical position it will be facing forwards. Pronation is a movement in such a way the palm of the hand faces backwards, that is pronation. So supination is a movement in the forearm. If you don't believe me, you can hold your forearm bones, that is radius and ulna, and try doing supination pronation. See, it's not possible. So supination pronation takes place in the forearm region by joints present in the forearm, that is the radioulnar joint, the inferior radioulnar joint, the superior radioulnar joint, and the middle radioulnar joint. So in these joints there is a pivot like movement of the radius across the ulna, that is called supination and pronation. During supination, during this movement, that is the palm of the hand facing forwards, this movement supination, the biceps brachii, which pulls the radial tuberosity forwards, causing supination, and there is a muscle named supinator beginning from the supinator crest of ulna and encircling the neck of radius. So biceps brachii is controlled by musculocutaneous nerve. It causes supination. It's a very powerful supinator. So therefore the biceps brachii is called as supinator longus. Whereas there is another muscle, deep extensor muscle of forearm, which will be like similar to my fingers, like this. Begin from supinator crest of ulna, encircling the neck of radius, rotating it like this. So that is supplied by radial nerve. Before the deep branch of radial nerve becomes the posterior interosseous nerve, it supplies supinator, passes between the two fibers of supinator, the superficial fibers and the deep fibers. That is about supinator muscle. Now supply, already I told you, radial nerve. So this is in detail about supination. Coming to the pronation, a movement in the forearm, that is in the radial joints, in such a way the palm of the hand faces backwards. In anatomical position it will go backwards like this. That is called as pronation. So this pronation is caused by a muscle which begins from the medial epicondyle of the humerus anterior surface, gets attached to the anterior oblique line of radius. It pulls the radius towards itself, like causing supination, pronation. It's called pronator teres. The second muscle is a quadrilateral muscle present in the lowermost aspect of the wrist. It begins from the anterior surface of the lower 1/4 of the ulna, goes to the anterior surface of the lower 1/4 of the radius. From ulna to radius, if you contract, if you move from ulna to radius, see, there is pronation. From ulna to radius you have to pull. So there will be pronation like this. So that is pronation. Pronation is caused by pronator teres, which is in the upper 1/3 of the forearm, and pronator quadratus, which is there in the lower 1/4 of the forearm. Pronator teres is directly supplied by median nerve, whereas pronator quadratus is supplied by a branch of median nerve which runs in front of the interosseous membrane of radius and ulna. It's called anterior interosseous nerve. It's a branch of median nerve. So pronation is a not that powerful movement caused by pronator teres and pronator quadratus. Because it is not that powerful movement, so whenever you are pronating, you're just doing some particular tightening movement, like closing the door or tightening movement. But during supination, it requires power to unlock the key. It requires power to unscrew the screw. So supination is a stronger movement caused by supinator longus, and that is biceps brachii and supinator muscle. Pronation is a weaker movement caused by pronator teres and pronator quadratus. Both these movement takes place in the joint in the forearm called as radioulnar joint. The superior and inferior radioulnar joint allows the movement of the radius across the ulna, whereas the intermediate radioulnar joint, that is a syndesmosis, it prevents over supination and over pronation. So this is in detail about supination and pronation. Whenever it is asked in exam, you should be able to answer in this way. Hope this helps. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.